everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming back at y'all with another word of encouragement for today. So check this out. There's a lot of times when we are going through life, when we are confronted with people that we thought were our friends, we thought were our ace boo coon, like you, that's my man's in them, as DMX used to say. But that was like your heart and your soul, right? Like you let people into this inner circle, and then something happens, and they show their hand, and man, it just goes bad. And there's a special kind of heartbreak when it's somebody that when you've let them in to your inner circle, right? Like people that we don't know, or people that we keep like at arm's distance, like we kind of get it when they do it. But when people have they've sat down at your dinner table, they've watched your kids, they've loaned you money when you were in a tight spot, like you've cried on their shoulder, they've cried on your shoulder, like y'all's families know each other, and you've boosted them up, they've boosted you up, like y'all have had each other's backs, and then something happens when it flips and you can't maintain the relationship anymore. What I want to talk about today is the pain of that, because I think there's a lot of times that we have almost this fork in the road, right? We have this pain, and we're like, I can't be with this person anymore, and so we start to veer away from them, and we cut them off in our life, right? Like we ain't showing up to no more of this stuff. I'm gonna block their number. I'm gonna take them out of my contacts, so I don't even know whose number it is anymore. Like we don't see them. No more Christmas cards. No more soup for you. No soup for you, right? We go that route, or we can go the Jesus route. And I'm gonna explain that here in a little bit after I read this verse. The Jesus route that I think is a better route to take. So this verse that I'm gonna read comes out of Psalm 55. And it picks up in verse 12, and it's a few verses, so y'all stick in with me. Psalm 55, verse 12. It says, "For it is not an enemy who taunts me, then I could bear it. It's not an adversary who deals insolent with me, then I could hide from it. But it's you, a man, my equal, my companion, my familiar friend. We used to take sweet counsel together. Within God's house we walked in the throng. Let death steal over them. Let them go down to Sheol alive. For evil is in their dwelling place and in their heart." So as you can see, the psalmist here, he takes that first route. He's like, man, these people done hurt me so bad, I pray they end up in Sheol. Man, let them go to hell, kind of thing, right? He's like, I am done with them. Let God get them, right? And there's a way that I think we do that, and it's super easy to do that. It's super easy to cut someone out of our lives when they've hurt us. But then there's the Jesus way. And as I'm thinking about Jesus, as I'm reading this verse, right, Jesus knew what this felt like. He picked 12 dudes. Out of the 12 dudes he picked, one of them outright turned him in. Like turned him in to the Roman authorities, had him flogged and killed, beat up, like all that stuff, right? Bled him out, and it was because one of his boys, one of his main dudes, turned him in, right? But I can't let up on the rest of them. When Jesus needed them most, when the Roman officials came to arrest Jesus in the garden, all of them bolted. They all took off, and the one that kind of stuck around just a little bit, Peter, when he was pressed on whether or not he knew Jesus, 3 times he was like, yo, I don't even know that dude. And I can't imagine rolling with somebody tight for like 3 years, man. And not just like we see each other on the weekends, y'all rolling like tight. Like y'all sleeping on rocks together, y'all laying out under the sun together, y'all sharing fish sandwiches. Somebody make a weird joke and everybody's around the fire laughing, and y'all just bonding, right, for 3 years, and then one day is gone. I can't imagine the betrayal of trust. You know what I mean? So what do we do with that? Other than Judas, there was not one of Jesus' followers that he didn't say, but you're mine and I love you. And so I forgive you. Judas, man, I fully believe, like, other than the sovereignty of God, like, I think that's what Judas was meant to do. Again, in another weird way, man, I think Judas could have received some kind of forgiveness had he not been so set in his ways. I don't think we should be like that. I don't think we should be set in our ways. Number one, I think we should always strive to maintain a semblance of the relationship. However it is that it's broken, man, we are all broken and fallen creatures. The nature of human relationships, we are going to hurt one another. We have to find a way to maintain the relationship, man. If it's having it out, dudes, like when I used to be a young dude, like back in middle school, high school, if I had beef with one of my boys, we would fight it out, and either that same day or the next day, we were good. Like we found a way to maintain the relationship. I think we need to get back to some of that. We need to find a way to continue to press forward. I think that's the Jesus way. Jesus, because it was what he came to earth to do. He looked at his boys. He looked at his familiars, right? They used to take sweet counsel together, him and the 12. And when he looked at them, he said, I'm not going to go the way of like wanting to condemn you to hell. I came to save you from the pit of hell. And because of that, I love you. And I choose to absorb the hurt so that we can continue in this loving relationship together. Man, we need more of that. We need more of those relationships. Man, the times are getting short when good people come together to continue to love on each other, man. The world is getting crazy. And once you find somebody, don't take it for granted. Continue the bonds of that relationship, because you never know when you're going to need them. Anyway, I could go on, but hope it's a word of encouragement for you. This is a good psalm, man. There's so much we could pour out of it, but I'm going to leave it there for today. Yo, please make sure to like, share, subscribe. All that junk is free to y'all. It's not junk. All that stuff is free to y'all. But it means a lot to me, man. And I appreciate y'all's love and support. But I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all. Thinking about y'all. And yo, until next time, grace and peace.